Before we go ahead and start, I want to apologize for not having the agendas here. I took them to a different copier because we have such a large crowd, and when I picked them up, the sheets of papers out of my office, I grabbed the wrong one. So there are no agendas for everybody, so I apologize. And I also want it noted that we are taping this meeting. It is 4 minutes of, just to go ahead and make sure that we have minutes. So, not an official recording at this time. Thank you.
Before I ask for any public input from the floor, we as a board are going to elect a new chair tonight and a new vice chair. So I believe we do have a vice chair already,
Yes.
Mike Sturdage, but we have a tie vote between Julie and Harold. So we're going to take a vote again. So all in favor of Julie, raise your hand. All in favor of Mike, raise your hand.
Mike is not the
Oh, I'm sorry, Harold, I'm sorry, Harold. Okay, Harold has the chair. Take over, Harold.
Well, before I begin here too, I want to say I'm going to try to run things a little bit differently than we've been having for the last year or so. So hopefully we can have some meetings and have them in a nice orderly fashion here. So, let's begin. Is there any input from the floor? This is where you want to add any agenda items to the agenda, even though you don't have a copy. If there's anything you want to add, give the time to say it.
Could we read what is on the... Would you please read it so we know what's on what the agenda is?
I'll go from here on out. We have the approval of minutes, the treasurer's report, correspondence, our review of the bills, departmental reports, new business. Item A, community center basement. Item B, the fire hall. Item C, mowing, roadwork, and assessor contracts. Item D, road foreman. Item E, code of ethics.
I would like to add for F, the sliding hill light again.
Add that to old business.
Can't hear you back. We're adding sliding no light under item F under old business.
And under new business, we have item A. We have a representative from the fire department who would like to speak.
It's
I'd like to add the ads. People are interested in putting ads on their ball field, and we need to come up with a yearly price for them. They like to, and plus the size. You want to know the size? I've got some people that want to get them made. And keep everything the same size. Put that in there.
We'll add discussion on field advertisements under item B on new business.
Question on the floor, Harold.
Harold, we were part of that videotaping committee, and we haven't really had any input on where to go. So my question here is, where do we go? And I'm thinking at this point, there's a number of ways we can go, and I don't know if this is the right forum. We can look at what we have to do to get things covered for the videotaping, and anything else can't happen down the road. What do you guys want us to do is basically my question.
Mr. Chair?
Okay, we'll discuss that. We'll add that to old business, item G.
Okay.
Videotaping and audio resolution.
Because we asked for a 60-day, and we're 30 days into it now, so.
Is there any more input out there?
Mr. Chair?
Yeah.
I believe that we could probably get an answer to that videotaping taping question if we hired an attorney. I think that should probably be on the agenda tonight too.
Let's see.
Business seat.
At this time, I don't have anything from the board, so that's why I did not add it to the agenda.
Okay, we'll add attorney under new business, item C.
I would also, since Bruce Road from the fire grant information. He didn't show up, so I would like to read his letter. And I do have copies to send down aisles.
We'll cover that under business and the fire hall. Is there any other input? Yes.
I have some questions on the Levake Road, and then I live on Birch Acres, the Levake Road to the corner of the Uziak and Birch Acres. Such an ugly mess all the time.
Okay, we'll add item D on new business, the corner of Uziak and Levake. Is there any other input? Move on to the approval of the minutes from the last board meeting.
Mr. Chairman, since we don't have any, could they be read?
Yeah. Bear with me here. There's a lot of words. Minutes of proceedings, April 9th, 2009. Monthly meeting was called to order at 7 p.m. by Jeff Blix, who led the assembled in the Pledge of Allegiance. Board members present, Harold Biskey, Mike Sertich, Julie Sweefel, and Clerk Sherry Armstrong. 21 residents were present. Items from the floor. Anita Anderson asked for community ed insurance question was added as item B. There's obviously approval of minutes. Harold Biskey moved to accept the minutes. Julie Sweefel wanted to clarify that Pat Pierman's concerns around the timing of the vote for the ballot question. That Julie had received approval for doing the basement problem and felt that it was her first priority, and that the fire hall bid could go forward if the board approved at annual meeting. Mike Sertich seconded the minutes with Julie's corrections. Motion passed. Treasurer's report. The treasurer was not at the meeting due to his need to bid in advance for his flights. He was available for the meeting the week before. Correspondence. 7 items of correspondence received during the month were read. Julie read a letter from Gretchen Sotomayor that was received by all supervisors at Mrs. Sotomayer's request. The letter dealt with the recent survey results regarding the fire department and a question about the recent vote. Note, the clerk clarified that while the votes in the last newsletter didn't look like they didn't add up, they were not voted twice. The number of voters was taken from the number of people who were registered that day and did not include the number of absentee votes in the total, as we do not have receipts from them as they are turned in for ballot at the time of voting. Review of bills. Jeff Blix moved to pay vouchers $60.99 through $61.10 in the amount of $6,615.53. Harold Biskey seconded and the motion passed. Reports. Written reports from the clerk and fire chief were read and are filed as attachments to these minutes. Reported that many calls were coming in based on the upcoming Board of Appeals. All the end-of-year reporting had been done and the year officially closed out. The oath has been administered to the elected officials. The fire department responded to 2 medical calls. They trained on how to handle emergencies around horses and mutual aid protocols. A total of 11 members are in the first responder courses and 7 attended a live fire structure training. Our engine and portable pump were used during the training. The department sent one engine, 2 firefighters, and some of our water/ice rescue equipment to help in the Red River flood area. Jeff Blix and Greg Kineski met with the residents of Fredenberg Lake Road. They also noticed a stop sign was down in the area and the county had been apprised of the situation. They also looked at Wood Duck Lane. Nothing for law enforcement. The gate at the cemetery is open, although there is still snow in the area. Parks and Rec, Dave Helsvig is not here, but the clerk reported the sold advertising space for the ball field. Details will be available next month. Julie has gotten quotes on the basement storage area. Greg Kineski said he had spoken with Dennis Hansen and Ben Pearson. They had looked over the area. Discussion was tabled until new business. The recycling center is doing fine. Harold Biskey stated that he had gotten some good information on both the cemetery and roads at the recent short course. For old business,